Hello, good day, everyone. It's another wonderful Sunday, and it's super exciting to have all of you here again. Welcome to the Big Talk with Michael, Bobby, Michael. So last week, we had a conversation as regards freelancing. How basically you can, make at least 100K from your skill sets, working remotely from the comfort of your home. And it was such an interesting and resourceful conversation where we were able to share a whole lot of value. And I believe very much well that everyone that was present on the conversation on Sunday will attest to the fact that yes, it was a value packed session. If you are here with me last week and you are here again this session, I want to see your chats. I want to see your emojis. I want to see your response in the chat box. I want to know that you are really here with us today also to learn further. All right, it's so exciting to have you all here today. We are super excited to. We are here because you guys are here. All right. So basically, today we are going a bit further, to have conversations as regards you, as regards me. And everything we'll be talking about, it's centered around how to help ourselves become better and how to actually make more money. Yeah. And so today we'll be having today on the edition of the Big Talk with Bobby Michael, we'll be having a conversation around how to build your CV and optimize your LinkedIn profile to gain visibility and more importantly to land your next dream job. Opportunities fly everywhere in the days that we are. However, beyond the fact that opportunity flies everywhere, your skill set, your proficiencies, and how you strategically position yourself for all of this opportunity, that is the major thing that determines if you are going to get your share of this cake of opportunities out there. And today we have the honor to have with us Yetunde Junaid. Yetunde Junaid is the career consultant and like see, she's good at what she does. And trust me, it's going to be a very, very value packed session. I want to, beg you, please pick up your notepad, your jotter, and keep it close to you. And any question that you have in your mind as regards this thing, I want you to have it close by and drop it in the chat box as we start the conversation. Remember how we roll. It's going to be a very interactive session. I have a couple of questions I want to throw out. That might be the question in your mind, and it may necessarily not be that. You might have yours. Do you understand? So I would love to have a very great chat with you. So very quickly, let's meet yesterday Junai. Hi, good afternoon from this part of the world. I hope you are still with me in Nigeria. All right,
Good
it's so good.
afternoon, everyone.
Yeah, it's so good to have.
It's good afternoon here in Nigeria. Yeah, my name is Yetunde Junaid. I am a career consultant and also an educational trainer. Today we'll be talking about much more about career, so I hope you stay tuned.
All right, so you decided to keep it very short for us. Oh, that's a nice one. You're playing humble. Okay, no problem. I won't blow. I won't blow. I won't blow the whole thing. But it's all right. It's all right, guys. You are going to know from the things she says today how resourceful she is, and I want you to get a lot of value. So don't lose guard at all. So yesterday, so here's the first question. So I want to talk about your resume, your CV. Over time, we've seen a lot of CV styles and formats and everything. And when you go online, you see a lot of it. And somebody will come and tell you to do that. You cannot do this on your CV. If you do this on your CV, you're not going to get the job. And somebody will tell you that there's one line that you put, there's a phrase that you put in your CV. That is why you did not get the job. And I'll be like, really? So how do you expect every person out there, to just get the knowledge of this and believe that this how my CV should looks like so that I could get the job and all of that. So basically, now I want to ask, what are the basic elements, key elements that should be in your resume? That if those things are not there, boom, just know that your CV is just nowhere to to be classified as a CV. So let's start with that.
All right, thank you very much, Samuel. Um, As I've earlier said, I am Yetunde Junite, and as a career consultant, one particular thing I do talk about most time is how to sell yourself, how to put yourself out there for people to know your values and the attribute that are within you. And one of those things I will tell people more about you is your CV, your resume. So basically, the resume is representing who you are, telling people what you're made of, how you look like without even meeting you. So
Mm.
basically, a resume, you should bring out your uniqueness. You should show people those things you have, your skills, who you are, where you're from, what you can do, and how you can contribute to the success, the growth of an organization. Yeah, to start with, in the resume, your identity is very, very important. You can't submit a resume without an identity. Who are you? I am Yetunde Unite. Yes, that's your identity. But how do you put that identity out to people? So your name is very, very important and your contact information. That is number one. Tell people your name. Let them know your full name. If it that is the legal name, most especially some people make mistakes of putting shorting their names when it comes to resume, which is very, very wrong. My name is Yetunde Safarat Junai. If I want to put it in my CV, I'll rather write Yetunde Safarat Junaid. Or hell, I don't include my middle name because my first name and my last name is the most important when it comes to presenting yourself in a legal manner. So your name is very important. Number two, your personal profile. What do you do? Okay, I'm a team resourceful person. I am a team worker. Tell people what you can do, what attributes you have in you, and how you can actually impact into the organization, which will tell people okay more about you. You've told them your name. My name is Yetunde Unite. What you can do, okay, I'm a resourceful person. I like to work with numbers of team. I have done this and that in my past work experiences, which will tell people, okay, how confident and how competent you are in what you do. And the next thing you have to do is list the relevant work experiences. Yes, when it comes to some organizations don't really look out for your qualification first. Reason being that most people have certificates, but they don't have all the skills embedded in those certificates. So most organizations are much more particular about what you have to give to the organization, what you have to contribute to the organization. So the list you would have to list the relevant work experiences. And the next thing you have to do is your academic or educational details, which will also help them to know, okay, this person has gone through this training or this kind of career details. And the next thing you have to do is your skills, maybe your external skills or the skills that you have in you presently, maybe by the work you do. Okay, I'm a career consultant, but I also do graphic design. I can do this, I can do that, so that people can also know what you can also do. So basically, those are the basic five things that should be in your CV: your name and your contact information, your personal profile, the list of your work experience, your academic and educational details, then your skills. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Ethan. Thank you so much for that. All right. So, like, if I get you right, you said elements that should be on your CV. Number one,
Sorry, please excuse me. I need like 5 minutes out, please.
like 5 minutes.
Yes, please.
Okay. All right. So, guys, what Yetune just spoke to us about uh, are basically five elements that is very essential for you to have on your CV. And she laid emphasis on the, number one, your identity. Your identity. Who are you? We want to know you by your name. And she laid emphasis on the fact that when you are putting your name on your CV, your resume, you don't write your name in abbreviation. You don't shorten anything. So if your name is Salau or Mokende Dolapo, you put it all in full, except for the fact that you want to remove your middle name. So if your name is Samuel Oluwatobi Jubel Oweto, you write it in full. And if when you are not willing to write the all three names, you can write your first name and your last name. All right. And she also mentioned that it is very essential for you to have to put your contact information. How can they reach you? Is it your phone number? Is it your LinkedIn? Is it your email address? It is very, very important. All right. She also mentioned that your personal profile. Now, some people call it executive summary, some people call it your professional profile, as the case may be. Now, this profile talks about you, it talks about your ability, talks about it gives a comprehensive summary of your skill set, your proficiencies, and it also tell your employer that, see, if you are bringing me on board, this is the kind of person I am, and this is what I look at, this is what I look out to do, your organization. I'm a very enthusiastic brand strategist for with over 10 years experience. I'm looking out for this kind of organization where I can leverage my knowledge, key into the company goals, visions, and all of that, and to help the country, the organization to achieve this and achieve that. You strategically tailor it down to that very thing that you right. And she also mentioned the next step is for you to list relevant. What do you call it? If experience, how do you expect you should apply for a job and you should be employed? So basically, you need a good work experience and you should have it. Sorry, Mike, is it only from my getting some feedback or echo? Mike, I can get some feedback at this end.
Okay, I think
Yes,
the
there is on your
discussion is
side.
from Miss Yetunde.
Okay. 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 So
Maybe is your speaker on?
I just know, please, is your speaker like is your speaker? I think I get feedback.
Or did you open
I
it
only
on
have
YouTube?
I have my mic on. Sorry.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much. All right. So, and she also mentioned the fact that you need to have academic qualification. You mentioned skill set, what are the things I'm proficient at? All right. Thank you very much again for listening. So, having said, let's- here's my next question. How do you, okay, share some tips. on How do you strategically what you do? There are some people they studied. Okay, the sound is not clear. Yes, I can have that.
Sam, I think it should be from your end. Did you open, let's say, YouTube on? Did you open this on YouTube?
And uh,
No, I don't have YouTube open here.
Okay, all right, try it one. Try it one.
Okay, I think it's settled.
Yeah, yeah.
all right, it's
Oh,
better now.
yes, it is. Okay, so now the question is this, there are some people that prepare one CV, and that CV is basically what they use to apply for like 100 jobs, and they come back to complain that oh they are not getting the job and all of that. Now, here are some tips on how to tailor down your CV. I am an architect. At the same time, I am a brand strategist. I want to apply for a job. Do you understand? So how do I strategically tailor my CV to fit into the very role I want to apply for? That will get the upper hand against every other person that is applying for the job. And please also help me to lay emphasis or lay some clarification on why is it very essential for you to have a tailored CV. Mhm. Let's quickly take that.
All right. Thank you, Samuel. What I want to chip in here is that most people at times they write only one CV or resume and use it for all applications, which are sometimes not right, because as I have said earlier before, I'm a career consultant, I'm an educational trainer. So if I have a job I want to apply for as a career consultant, I would rather write my CV that will suit selling me as a career person, not as an educational trainer. So basically, you should have more than one CV that suits all your skills and your experiences. Examples is when you're applying for a graphic designing, and all you putting on your CV is the bank you have worked, and where you have done a marketing job and all that. Those things are not relevant in that. What they need to know in your CV is if you are actually qualified for that job position. So basically, when you have a CV or you're writing your CV, you should write it in a way that it will suit the particular job function that you are applying for. I do tell most of my clients or my people that consult me that you can't have just one CV if you have numerous of skills, except it is only one thing that you wish to do, and that is the only thing you are applying for. You can't use a CV that you use to apply for a work as a banker as the same CV you want to use to apply for a work as a web developer. It is not possible for them to see it visible. Once the recruiter see the CV, they will see it in one side because you're not selling what they want to see there. So when you are having a vacancy and you want to apply for a job, you need to check your resume or your CV if it actually aligns with what the recruiter wants. And most times, recruiters always put um, requirements, what they want to see from people that are applying to the job. So you can also use that to write up your CV. So you don't just put use one CV for every vacancy or every job vacancy that you see online or you see elsewhere. So have variety of CVs that suits the particular job or the particular skills that you have, so that when there are vacancies or job vacancies that you want to apply for, you can easily use them or edit them. Personally, my CV, I edit them almost every time just to suit what I'm applying for at that moment. So when you ask me to send the CV, I have to go back again if it actually suits what you actually want it for. So most people make that mistake most times, and it gets recruiters annoyed at times, and they just put your CV or they don't even want to see any other thing. They want to see if you're applying as a graphic designer, they want to see your experiences as a graphic designer. They want to see what you have done and the skills you have about the graphic designing, not something else. So I think that has actually explained about that. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Yotune, for that.
All
That's
right.
that's
Thank you so much for
that's
that.
so.
That's so.
All right. Can you hear me?
All right. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Yeah, we can, but it's
Yeah, we
echoing.
can, but
I think
it's
you
echoing.
open.
I think you
Yeah.
open.
I'm still trying to.
Yeah,
I'm
trying
trying to now.
to.
Also,
Now,
okay. Okay. So
okay.
now, having said that, so let's quickly go
Now,
to
having said that, so let's quickly go to
LinkedIn optimization. You've
LinkedIn
mentioned
optimization. You've mentioned.
the problem is for
Okay,
me.
excuse me, Sam. Please, can
Okay,
you just log out
please, can
and
you
then
just
come back
log
later?
out and then come back later?
Okay. I have a brief question I would like to ask. I recently applied for a job, but then um, the recruiter got back to me later on because I didn't get the gig, and then he was like, I I used. Okay, I was applying specifically for a product design job, but then I I I inserted um, please can you hear me? I inserted my hobbies and I was like, I'm a okay, my hobbies are singing and the rest of it. I would not like to mention it. But then he was like he's having issues with those hobbies that
He's
I
having
put. He was
issues
expecting me to
with those
put
hobbies that I put. He was
only
expecting me
stuff
to
that
put
are related
only
to
stuff that are
what
related to
I was applying for.
what
So I want to ask, was it wrong or was
I
I
was
wrong?
applying
Okay.
for. Wrong or was I wrong?
All right.
All right. Yesterday, I guess
All
you
right,
just asked.
yes, I guess just ask.
Am I clear now?
Am I clear now?
Yes, you're clear.
Okay. I
Oh,
guess or something is playing prank on us today. Okay. So I was asking a question
okay.
before network issues, and I was trying to say that okay, we've spoken about your resume, the information that should be on
And
it,
I was spoken about your
your
resume, the
information
information
in
that should be on it.
apply for.
Your
Right. So let's quickly talk about
apply
what
for.
are
Right. So let's quickly talk about what
in your LinkedIn profile, and let's also
your LinkedIn profile and let's
in
also
LinkedIn optimization. When
LinkedIn
you say
optimization.
LinkedIn
When you see
optimization, most of the time
LinkedIn
people
optimization,
to optimize you and all of that. It looks like
optimize you. It looks like grammar.
like so. What are you really saying when
Like
you say
so,
that?
what are you really saying? When you see that,
When we say you need to
when you say
you need
you
to
need to
optimize your LinkedIn profile,
optimize LinkedIn profile,
we think that
you
you
think
expect
that
that there's
you
something
expect
physiologically position yourself for opportunities.
Typically position yourself for
You know,
opportunities.
recruiters, managers can easily,
Recruiters,
you know,
managers,
you
that
can be accessible to them, and you can get the chance of getting, a gig from them. Or do I just lost? Do I just lost? Yesterday now. Okay, guys. While we wait on you today, to be back in the studio, a lot has been said as regards resume, and I want to believe that you are penning down each of these points, and you immediately after this very show, you are going to go back and check your resume to know what exactly is right and what exactly is wrong in your resume. All right. So, and as well, she has also laid emphasis on a tailored CV. And she has made us to understand that you need a tailored CV because your recruiter is not actually interested in the experience you have at Fishery when you are applying for a bank job. And she has also made us to understand that, see, you are applying to be a mechanic. You necessarily don't have to put it into it that you have experience at fishing. Most of the time we bombard our CVs with a lot of jargons, things that are not really relevant to the job that we want to apply for. So it is very essential for us to have a tailored CV because it made us to understand that it increases your chances of getting the job. It's not saying that you're going to get the job, but it increases your chances of getting the job. All right.
Okay, so basically, when I want to apply for a job, I have to go back and restructure my CV to apply for that specific job.
Exactly. Exactly. You don't just see a job out there and you jump on it and you just applied for it. I guess like well, I'm still trying to use this time to wait for you today. I could remember like 4 or 5 years ago, sometimes when I like the concept I have in my head to submit the CV is to submit the CV. But like 5 years ago, I realized that, man, if you want to submit a CV, it's not what you are taught in school. It's not those ideas that they give you in school that just go and look for a CV online and just copy it and all of that. My dear, you will submit a lot of CVs and nobody will see it. As a matter of fact, it will not even rank anywhere. There are some organizations that leverage tools, you know, that see once you submit your CV, those are the things that they like just check the keyword in your CV. Pa, 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 pa. You check boxes or you not check boxes. Your CV will not fly you know, gone are the days of where you have to go and submit, your paper CV and all of that. So it means that you have to understand that at every point in time that you see a job offer that you want to apply for, even if it's for that, even if that CV should suit it, go and review that CV first. Strategically look at their requirements. They want a barber for this salon, and they need you to have 10 years experience as a barber. You need to have been able to you must be able to barb scodo, you must be able to barb afro, you must be able to barb any other kind of hair that you think that you can barb, and they are going to list it there, and they are going to tell you you must have proficiency as using blade and comb, you must have proficiency as using razor blade and sharpener, you must have proficiency as using. Now they are going to list all of those jargons, but those jargons are the major things. These are the major things that they want to look at, and they're going to list everything for you, and they will tell you that, okay, so and you must be able to use this set of softwares and everything. They will list everything and they will now tell you that the age bracket should be within this structure. Do you get? So when you are applying for that kind of job, you have to look at it. Do you have 10 years experience? Now sometimes you may not have 10 years experience, you may have 9 years experience, whereas you can barb scodo, you can use blade and comb, you can use every other kind of tools that they've mentioned, and you have the rest of the skill set. But the difference there is the fact that they expect you to have 5 years experience or 10 years experience, but you have four instead of five, you have nine instead of 10, or you have eight instead of 10. Now, in that kind of situation, you can still shoot your shot.
Sorry, my,
You know. All right, yesterday you welcome back.
my phone
Let's
also
do.
went off really. I don't know
Oh,
why. I'm so sorry.
it's all right. It's all right.
So
It's
sorry.
Nigeria, right? It's all right. It's all right. No problem. No problem. You're welcome. You're
Mm.
welcome. All right. So let's just jump right
So
into the question I asked before you
what
went off.
recap? Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I think she said you should recap the question.
Okay, okay, thank you very much. So here's my question. Said number one, when we talk about LinkedIn optimization, it sounds like a lot of grammar for people. So when you say LinkedIn optimization, what are we talking about? That's one. And secondly, what are the things that you're expected to do? What are the things now? How do you see your profile? I'll be like, oh, that's an optimized LinkedIn profile. We get it. Now that's it. So another thing is, how do we now optimize our LinkedIn profile in such a way that we have chances of of getting attracted to managers and recruiters of companies, of employee for organizations and all of them. Leveraging on LinkedIn as a professional platform where a lot of young people network and build very fantastic profile and all of that. I hope you get the question now. It's pretty much clear, right?
Yes, I get your question.
All right, all right. So let's just jump right on that.
All right, thank you very much. I'm sorry, I'm sorry for the LinkedIn connection. So, LinkedIn optimization is much more about just like a digital resume. And the reason why I say digital resume is that anybody can go to your profile to check much more about you on your LinkedIn profile. It's more like a CV and your resume, telling people what you do and how you spend your daily activity and how you use your experiences online. Basically, LinkedIn optimization is putting everything in place so that you can get the visibility. Sorry, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Yes.
Okay. So that you can get the visibility from recruiters or people who would like to collaborate with you on some business or even invite you to be one of their team members. So some of the things that you need to optimize your LinkedIn profile is a professional picture. You can't mind word without professional picture because what people see first is your picture on LinkedIn, whether you like it or not. People see your picture before they want to know much more about what you do or your experiences or what your educational qualification is. So you have to, if you don't have a professional profile picture, you have to get one now and use it for your profile on LinkedIn. And the next thing is utilize the background photo. I noticed that most people who are new to LinkedIn don't make use of the background picture, as in the background photo. And the background photo is just to tell people much more about what you do and how you can actually contribute what they are doing also. So it's always good when you have a good background picture too. And the next thing is be smart with your profile headline. I've seen I've seen people with wrong profile headline on LinkedIn, which is not telling people to see you. Okay, I've gotten to a profile before where I see somebody putting the person is a graphic designer and was like, I design graphics, and I'm like, some things are there are so many ways in which you can put that to make people entice about your profile. You've seen your picture, you've seen your background picture. Tell them more about who you are. Like I am now on my profile headline, I have a career consultant, educational trainer. I am JCIN ambassador, ALX student, so that people can know, okay, what I can. It depends on how creative you are in putting those things together. Another thing is about section. Section is much more about your profile. When you are called for an event and people can read out your profile, see see what you have done, where you have worked, and the experiences that you've had before. It's much more like telling your story to people. That is what is expected to put on your about section. Then fill out your work experiences. Let people know where you have worked. You can tag the organizations where you have worked also. Sorry, can you hear me?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, perfectly.
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you. We can hear you.
All right. Um, maybe it's because of the rain here, so that's why I'm asking if you can hear me.
Yes, we can hear you. Please go ahead.
Sorry, just give me. Okay. So the next thing is after you fill out your experiences, show up your educational skills. Let people know what you can.
Okay, okay, okay. Yeah, yeah. It's raining in the city, in the big city of Abeokuta, and as such, that is actually affecting the network of our guest for today. I want to believe that she will still be able to join us or to connect back to us in this space, as we proceed this conversation. Even though it's almost time we round up, but then we are going to be. I've been optimistic that she will join us back very shortly. All right, so let me just recap a couple of things that she has said as regards LinkedIn optimization. She started by saying that LinkedIn optimization is your digital profile, it's your digital CV resume. That when people look at your LinkedIn profile, they have a complete overview of your person, your abilities, your interests, your skill set. What are the things you are really interested in? And it's strategically positioned in such a way that recruiters from an organization can look at your digital resume, which is your LinkedIn profile, and feel like, okay, if this young man is a graduate of this school and she has the skill set and she's experienced, at this and this and that, this looks like the kind of person we're looking for in our organization. And boom, a recruiter can actually reach out to you. Okay, so she actually mentioned that you need to have a good professional profile. I've realized that at this part of the world, we seldom lay emphasis on how we look on the social media space. Most of the time, you realize that somebody is going to take a selfie by the beach side, and the person will feel like, oh, LinkedIn is like all of those kind of social media platform, and the person will go and put a beach side picture as LinkedIn profile picture. Hey, good news to you. This is not Instagram, okay? I'm not here for to scan through your pictures. You are there to sell yourself, which means that say you can save that picture for Instagram, or you can even still post it on LinkedIn, writing a very creative content or sharing your own story as regards, or cannot play. Then you create a good content around that. People are going to love that. They are going to gain value from it. But that is not the best fit for your professional picture. So she has made us to understand. Have a good headshot. Look smart. Smile. If you want to be on suit, please be on suit. Look good. Have a good haircut and have a good portrait, as a profile picture. She also made mention of the cover, the background cover for your LinkedIn profile page. Most of the time, people don't pay attention to it. Don't just leave it blank. You can put a picture that illustrates who you are, that makes people connect with your person. Then she has made mention of the fact that you need to, your headline, you do a whole lot of things, but can you compress it? Like, can you compress it? If you're a graphics designer, you necessarily don't have to say you're a graphic designer. You can say that you're it depends on the word you want to use. You can say you're a brand expert, or you're a brand this, you're a brand that. Even you are saying you are a graphics designer, look for a more unique word, that is in vogue, that suits the market you really want to key into, and put it there. I'm an architect. I'm a sustainable capital architect. Brand and personal development strategies. Compress it, make it catchy for any person that wants to check your profile. Okay. So, and she also mentioned the fact that you should put your work experiences, you should put your your about, the about you, who are you, and all of that. She also mentioned that you should put your educational background. We want to know where you school from. If you attend Gbadamosi Anima Shaun Memorial University in California, please put it there. We want to know where you hail from, where you get your academic experience from. It's very essential. She already mentioned that. All right, yesterday you welcome back. Are you back with us, or the network is still doing us anyhow? Hey, yesterday, are you there?
I think okay, yes, it's me.
Okay, I guess she's back. I guess she's back. Hey, yesterday, are you back now? You are muted. Can you please unmute your mic? Please unmute your mic. Unmute your mic. Okay, it seems we'll have you back. You're welcome from the short break.
Thank you. Can you hear?
Yes, 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 we can hear you. The mic is muted again.
Okay, how about now?
Yes, you know, now I can hear you. Okay, then you are muted again. Okay, now
Oh
I can
my
hear.
God. Okay, the network is really bad. I'm so sorry. And I don't know why it's doing that this time. I don't know why. So I continue from where I stopped.
Yeah, please continue.
Okay, I remember the last thing I said was for you after you have fill out your work experiences, show off your education and your skills. Make sure you input all the skills that you have acquired, all the courses that you have acquired. List it in your LinkedIn profile. Let people see what you are doing. If you just finished a course, make sure you upload it. If you are volunteering in some organization, put it, let it be on your LinkedIn profile. Let people see what you're doing and how you're improving your skills and your personal development. Because to some people, it is very, very essential because they want people that keep innovating themselves, keep people that keep developing themselves personally, developmentally, socially, because it will also impact on their organization. After you have done all this, you've filled your experiences, you're filling your education, put your schools, your primary school, secondary school, all of that. Cool. You can include that in your profile. Then edit your profile URL. Most people make this mistake, and I don't know. It seems most people don't know that. Copy your URL just as if you want to share your LinkedIn profile to someone else and see what is there. So you can actually customize your URL. Like mine now, you click on my URL, it will bring out the Yetunde Unite, in which that is the name I use for all my social media handles. That is my identity. So you can customize it and put your name. Okay, my name is Tolu Boluwatefe. Customize it after the cross line, put Tolu. Let your name reflect, not just the number, so that it will be easier for you to identify yourself and connect with people easily. So watch out for the URL, which is you can edit it. But most things about this app and these platforms are it is best used on laptops than mobile phones. You might not be able to reach out to some of the information or edit them on a mobile phone, but you can do that on a laptop on your personal computer or elsewhere, but you must make sure you're using a desktop for you to be able to edit all those things. And this thing is very, very important. If you have not done that, you can do that now. edit your URL. Let it include your name. Your name, you can put numbers, but at least it will be your identity. To be your username, so that it will be something that is consistent. And one thing I always encourage people to do is customize your profile name. If you want to be known as um Boluwatife Titi Lope, make sure when they get to Twitter, when they type Boluwatife Titi Lope, it is you that is seeing there. So it helps a lot. It helps people to connect the dots. On my Facebook, my URL includes Yetunde S. Junai. On my Twitter, on my Instagram, on all my page, even on my Gitbox, I just want it to be customized so that people can easily reach out to me and connect with me wherever platform it is. So I always try as possible to customize my URL. So please do that today if you have not done that. And after you have done that, there's one thing again that is very essential, but we used to look away from it. On your name profiling, when you're profiling your name, it gives a speaker identity where it tells you to pronounce your name. This is there because people who don't know how to pronounce your name, they can easily learn how to pronounce your name. And it helps a lot because if you want to leverage on international level, if you want to make yourself a global person, you need to do that. So that when people who are not of your country or people who have not heard your name before, when they click on that, then they can easily contact you and speak with you with that. Actually, it has helped me in one of my conversation with someone. So, but that thing is very, very important. It helps a lot because if you are not a Yoruba, you will not have called Yetunde in the right way. Some people call Yetunde or Yetonde, understand, according to their dialect. So it helps too. And the last but not the least, after you have done all this, start writing, start sharing people's posts, and start engaging. I think this is the stage where people lose it because they think, okay, after I have put all my profile, my name, my background picture is there, I've put my profile, my experiences, my school and my skills is already on the profile, is already on my LinkedIn, so I don't need to connect with people. That is where you would not in contact with people that you actually needed. When you have done all that on your profile, you need to start writing, posting. It doesn't actually necessarily be a picture. Just make sure it is pertaining to your career or pertaining to your skills. And if you don't do that often, there's no problem. But get engaged in things that you think are your skills. Just for example, if you are a developer, search for people that are into that field. Search for what they do. Connect with them. Appreciate them. Congratulate them. From there, you can see people to connect with. You engage with other people. And when you have things to post to, they will also connect with you, see what you do, and make reference to that. Recently, last week, I got a message from an international person, which I has been on my friend list, and I don't even know when, but actually I have the person on my list, and the person came to my DM and was like, I really appreciate what you've been doing. Keep it up. And I wish to work with you some other time. This wouldn't have happened if I had not engaged myself with writing, connecting with people, because literally, for you to connect with people, you need to engage in what is happening there. Connect with people of your organization, connect with people of your like minds, connect with people that you think they do the same thing that you do so that you can learn from them. This really helps a lot because it helps you personally, emotionally. And there are some times when you are venturing into a business or you are doing something personally and it's not going so well. When you see people that are experienced and what they do, they tell you their challenges, they tell you how they are going about it, you will feel encouraged and do much more about it. So you have to just engage with people so that you can connect more on LinkedIn. So LinkedIn optimization is not a day job. You have to be consistent with whatever you wish to do. And even without people checking or asking for your CV or your resume, they can see from your profile and make reference to what you do and what you can do. So LinkedIn optimization is not a job. You have to put all your efforts and be consistent with what you do there. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so
All
so
right.
so
Thank you so
That's
much.
that's perfect.
That's
Thank you very much. All right.
that's
Friends and
thank you very
faces,
much. All right. Our friends
everyone,
and this
please feel able to meet your mic
everyone, this is everything to my
so that as we round up this session, we are going to have a clear
so that as we
information.
run
All right.
this session, we are going to have a clear information. All right.
Okay. So a lot has been said as
A lot
regards
has been said
how to build
as regards
CV
how to
and how to do what we call LinkedIn optimization. She has laid emphasis on the things, on the basic elements that you should have on your CV. She started from telling you that see, people want to know your identity, who are you? They want to know about your contact address. They want to know about your professional profile. They want to know about your academics. They want to know about your skill sets. They want to know about your work experiences. And she told you, she said these things are very, very vital and important. And she also made us to understand that it is very essential for you to have a tailored CV because a tailored CV it helps you to become the almost the right candidate for the job. It speaks to the mind of whoever it is that wants to recruit you that okay, look at what you're looking for, look at what she has. I think this is a good match, right? And she went further to talk to us about what LinkedIn optimization is all about. She laid emphasis on us to understand that see, when we talk about LinkedIn optimization, we are saying that there is need for you to have a digital CV. When people go through it, they should be able to relate to your person, your career growth, your progression, your skill set. And, these are the things that you need to put in place for you to get connected to recruiters and people who will be interested in your person and they would like to work with you. She has shared her own personal experience with you, and she has also mentioned a few things that you should not take for granted as far as your LinkedIn profile is concerned. She started from having a good headshot as your profile picture. I mentioned it jokingly the other time. We don't need you to have a picture by the beach side where you are wearing your singlet or one fine thing and all of that. You can put that up as a content, but have a good headshot for your profile. She has made mention of the profile cover page. She has made mention of leveraging on the pronunciation of your name. She has made mention of your skill sets, your profile headline, about you, the school you attend, your skill sets, and all of these things. Very, very interesting session, value packed, and all of that. If you need much more and you want to connect with her, please you can connect with Yetunde Junai on all social media platforms on Instagram, on Facebook, on LinkedIn. She's LinkedIn. It seems like she always sleep on LinkedIn. All right, don't tell anybody that I told you that. All right, so so basically, it's has been a very great session, and I want to believe that you've gained a whole lot of value. If you've gained a lot of value, we are going to be glad to hear back from you. We'd love to get your feedback as to if you've been able to gain value from this session. All right. So, friends, it's on this note that we bring it to a close on this very edition of our conversation, the big talk with Bobby Michael. And my name is Samuel Oluwaseyi. It's really an exciting time to have all of you here gathered to learn today. All right, over to you, Mike. You want to say something?
Good evening, everyone. This guy, okay, yeah.
Yes, we can hear you. We can hear you.
Okay, I want to thank everyone that make our time to be here today. This program is primarily aimed at liberating an average Nigerian or youth from ignorance into freedom, specifically financial freedom. Okay, so and we'll be doing all in our power to make sure this is possible. Stick with us and be available when next we have a show. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Mike, for putting this together. It has really been a great. I want to believe that for every person that connects with us on this conversation, we attest to the fact that it's a very much value packed session. All right, so you can connect with us on all social media. You can connect with me on LinkedIn as Samuel Oluwatobijibelo. You can connect with me on LinkedIn on Instagram at the Sam Wetu at the Sam Wetu. It has been a wonderful conversation, and I look forward to connecting with you. I look forward to connecting with you in the very next episode that we'll be having. It's going to be a very wonderful session, and I want to believe that you're not going to miss that. All right, do enjoy the rest of the evening. Thank you.
All right, bye.